Hi, very good afternoon, Ananda. Let us discuss 10th biology, 5th chapter coordination, the linking system. So far we discussed about that coordination, especially in the human beings or other animals. Control and coordination takes place by these two ways. One is obviously the nervous coordination, means nervous system, which plays a vital role to detect these changes in the environment from stimulus to response. Certainly there is a kind of pathway which involves and they have to take over these changes from sensory nerves to motor nerves, from receptor cells to effector cells, with the help of this nervous pathway or nerve impulse. So control and coordination takes place in animals. It is very clear by this nervous system. Other than the nervous system, we are having the other chemical coordinators. That means chemical coordination means we are having the hormones. Hormones are nothing but chemical substances or chemical messengers, like adrenal gland, which can release the adrenal hormone, which is also called as a emotional hormone, fight or flight hormone. So we are having the tabular form of these hormones as well as the brain table. So it was very clear about that nervous coordination and chemical coordination both involves in animals which can control and coordinate the activities. It is very clear. So far we discussed about that in the previous videos about this coordination. But today in this video, as per textbook concern, we are moving to that plant part. So regarding plant physiology, especially plant, we are using the word instead of coordination, we are using the word control. Why? Because coordination occurs in the animals by the two ways. But whereas in case of the plants, we are having only the hormones which are present in the plant to control the activities, to control over the activities. For example, growth and repair, storage purpose, water conduction and food transportation by vascular tissues. So we are having a little bit information in our presence of mind. So according to the plant tissues, plants perform the four major kinds of functions as we studied in the 9th class itself. So control mechanism in plants, how the plants can control, for example, ripening of fruits, shed of the leaves, breaking the bud dormancy. So these kind of activities are controlled by the phytohormones. Phyto means plants. For example, bryophytes, pteridophytes. So the term phyta refers to that plant. So obviously, control mechanism in plants. Apart from that control mechanism in plants, first of all we have to make a question: how do plants respond to stimuli? How do plants respond to stimuli? So as we know that stimulus to response, there is a kind of a pathway, stimulus to response. So obviously the plant can sense the presence of stimuli. The plants can sense the presence of stimuli. Certainly where there is a stimulus, there is a response. So even though the plants can sense the presence of stimuli, according to the stimulus, the plants can take the response. So how the plants can take the response regarding to the particular stimulus? See, let us examples. Light. So regarding control mechanism in plants. So how do plants respond to stimuli? Apart from that, plant can sense the presence of stimuli like light, heat, water, touch, pressure, chemicals, gravity and etc. So the plants can respond to these stimulus. So based on that respond to the stimuli of the plants, we are having the two kinds of movements. Those are called as a tropic movements and nastic movements. That we have to discuss about this next video. Today we are going to focus on this phytohormones. So on or before going to the tabular form of third table regarding about the major plant hormones and their actions, I would like to explain the do you know concept about Mimosa pudica. Do you know what is mean by Mimosa pudica? Actually, it was the plant, touch me not plant. Generally we call it is a, in general terminology. Look at this picture. This is called as a touch me not plant. When we touch the plant, obviously the leaves are folded. Then after 20 or 30 minutes, again the leaves are becomes to erect. How it is possible? Because of thigmonasty. So when we are touching these leaves, obviously, actually the Mimosa pudica, see, this is the picture about Mimosa pudica. This Mimosa pudica, this is called as a pulmonae, the pad-like swelling structure which is present in the knob. This is called as a pulmonae. So the pulmonae is the area which is having the more amount of water which can travel towards the side veins. Whenever we are touching these leaves, obviously the water is coming to that pulmonary place. So whenever they are lose that firmness, obviously they have to fold the leaves. After 10 to 20 minutes or 30 minutes, what will happen means, see, the water once again it comes back to that their positions and they are getting the firmness. Afterwards, the leaves are opened in a normal position. So this was happens because of the hormone that is called as a thigmonasty. So these tropic movements are called as thigmonasty. So it is one of the beautiful example in the nature about thigmonasty. Not only thigmonasty, see, this is called as a phototropism, means how the plants can show the response towards stimulus of light. Like hydrotropism, generally the plant roots goes towards to that soil, that is called as a hydrotropism. So obviously the plants can respond to the stimulus based on this presence of the sense of stimuli. So now we are moving to the tabular form of major plant hormones and their actions. Major plant hormone. What are the hormones mainly present in this plant and how the hormone can impact or control over the plant activities. So apart from that, actually we are having the 5 major plant hormones. Those are called as auxins, cytokinins, gibberellins, abscisic acid and ethylene. See, apart from these 5, actually auxins, cytokinins and gibberellins, these 3 promote the shoot system as well as elongation of the root system. These 3 are promoting, but the abscisic acid which is agonist to all the 3, I mean that for example auxins, cytokinins, gibberellins, these 3 promote the cell elongation or it promotes the activities, but the abscisic acid, this is the hormone which can exactly opposite to these 3 hormones in the plant. While we are coming to the ethylene, it is one of the hormone which is useful for the ripening of the fruits, maturing of the fruits. See, we have to discuss in a detailed manner. So auxins, it is one of the major hormone which is present in the plant. So apart from the control mechanism in plants, actually the plants are having the hormones are called as the phytohormones. Due to these phytohormones of these 5 kinds, the plants can control or the plants can respond to the stimuli. So those are auxins. Actually, auxins are helps in cell elongation. That means elongation of the cell or differentiation of the shoots and the roots. Means it can promote the shoot system as well as the root system. So with the help of these auxins, the plants are growing. Some plant is growing in a faster, some plants are growing in a very lesser. What is the difference? The difference levels in auxins ratio. Which plant obviously is having the required or optimum level of the auxins. Obviously the plant can grow in a fast manner when compared to the other plant. This is called as the differentiation in the cell elongation as well as the shoot and the root system. The second one is cytokinins. Cytokinins promotes the mainly cell division. For example, we can see in sugarcane plant we are having the short internodes. When the plant is growing up, the cell elongation is takes place. The internodes are becomes to more distance. How it is possible? Because of this promotes the cell division as well as it can promotes the lateral buds. So the lateral buds are arise as well as it is delaying the aging of the leaves. So the shedding of leaves it can be delayed. Next, it is useful for the opening of the stomata. You know that stomata, it is one of the aperture which can useful for the exchange of gases, which is present in the TS of leaf. Already we studied in the first chapter, TS of leaf. So these are the functions which is controlled by the cytokinase. Next one is gibberellins. Gibberellins means it can help to the germination of seeds, as well as sprouting the buds and breaking the dormancy. Breaking, what is meant by breaking the dormancy? Usually, for example, when we are showing the two seeds of mango, one mango seed which is break the dormancy and it starts germination. The other one is a sleeping position. This is called as the dormancy. So germination of seeds and sprouting the buds and breaking the dormancy of seeds and the buds. So whenever we are having that gibberellins, so whenever the plant is having the gibberellins in a required quantity, automatically the seed starts the germination and sprouting the buds, as well as breaking the dormancy of seeds, buds, and elongation of stems and stimulation of the flowers. So these auxins, gibberellins, cytokinins promotes the cell division and elongation of fruit system and root system, and delaying the aging of the leaves, and promoting the bud dormancy and breaking the bud dormancy, and starts the germination. So these three is in a positive manner. While coming to the abscisic acid, it is against the gibberellins. So it is promoting the opening of the stomata by the cytokinins, but abscisic acid is the closing of stomata, and bud dormancy is promoting by the gibberellins, but abscisic acid close the seed dormancy and promoting the aging of the leaves. Actually, it is delaying the aging of the leaves by the cytokinins, but while coming to the abscisic acid, it is promoting the aging of the leaves. That means leaves are shed off in a very early age. Next, ethylene. It is one of the kind of gas, ethylene gas, which can release to the in a closed area. Obviously, the peel of the fruit it turns into becomes to yellow color. It means ripening of the fruit by artificially by releasing this ethylene. So these are the 5 kinds of major plant hormones, and they have to their activities or actions. See children, so in this video we learn about control mechanism in plants. Apart from that, how do plants respond to stimuli? Obviously by these phytohormones. The hormones which are present in the plant, they help to control the activities. These are called as phytohormones. So next video we are going to discuss about phototropism and chemotropism.